My name is Eric Arneson. I'm the Executive Director of the Office of Open Records here in Pennsylvania. On this video, we're providing an introduction to Pennsylvania's Right to Know law. The Right to Know law, also called the Open Records Law, governs access to public records in Pennsylvania. For example, it describes which government records are public and which are not. It provides specific timelines that agencies must follow when responding to requests, and it outlines the appeal process if you request records but the agency denies access. Check our YouTube channel for more videos about the Right to Know law and visit our website for additional information. First, let's look at how the Right to Know law applies to various government agencies. Judicial agencies, like state appellate courts, county courts, and magisterial district judges, are required to release financial records. Other records, such as court dockets, are available, but not through the Right to Know law. Legislative agencies, including the State Senate and the State House, along with support agencies like the Legislative Reference Bureau, the Local Government Commission, and the Legislative Budget and Finance Committee, are required to release financial records plus 11 additional categories of records. Those additional categories include bills that have been introduced, fiscal notes, and votes in committees and in each chamber. Most of that information can be found easily on the General Assembly's website. Now, let's look at every other government agency in Pennsylvania, including state-level agencies like the Department of Environmental Protection, the Department of Health, and the Pennsylvania State Police, in addition to local agencies like counties, school districts, and municipalities. All of these agencies are in a third category, and for the rest of this video, when I say government agencies, those are the agencies I mean. Under the Right to Know law, every record in the possession of a government agency is presumed to be public. If you request a record, the agency must either give you the record or prove that it's not public. The Right to Know law includes 30 exceptions that can make records non-public. These cover things like records which would jeopardize public safety if they're released, personal identification information like social security numbers and driver's license numbers, and records which relate to criminal investigations. Some records are made non-public by other laws. Common examples include federal health privacy laws and student privacy laws. We've prepared another video that goes into detail on how to file a Right to Know request in Pennsylvania. For this overview, let's assume you've already filed a request. Once the agency receives the request, it has 5 business days to respond. The agency can either grant your request or deny your request, or possibly a combination of the two. The agency can also invoke a 30 calendar day extension to respond. Once you receive the agency's final response, if any portion of your request was denied, you have 15 business days to file an appeal with the Office of Open Records. We have a very simple form on our website which takes about 15 minutes to fill out. It's free, and you do not need an attorney to file an appeal. And by the way, if you never hear back from the agency at all, those 15 business days in which you have to file that appeal start at the end of the agency's initial response time, the 5 business days I mentioned earlier. All of this information is available on our website. Once your appeal is filed, the OOR has 30 calendar days to collect evidence and arguments from both sides and issue a decision. This is most often done by email, although we use postal mail when necessary, and occasionally we will ask the requester for additional time when a case is particularly complicated or when we decide that the best way to make a decision is to review the actual records ourselves. When the Office of Open Records makes its decision, that's usually the end of the process. Either side can appeal to court, but that only happens in about 10% of the cases we decide. If the OOR orders the agency to release records, we give the agency a set period of time, usually 30 days, in which to do that. I hope this overview of Pennsylvania's Right to Know law was helpful. As I mentioned, we have other videos which cover more specific topics in greater detail. If you're interested in more about the Right to Know law, visit the Office of Open Records website. There's a link in the information below. At our website, you can subscribe to a daily digest of every final determination issued by our office, or to a general newsletter we send about once a month. You can also follow the Office of Open Records on Twitter at OpenRecordsPA, or follow me on Twitter at EricOpenRecords. Finally, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave any comments below. Thank you.